In this video, you are going to learn how to draw realistic color pencil drawing using a toned paper. Here, I will tell you what are the materials that we are going to use. See, this is Strathmore toned paper, okay, and I am using Faber-Castell color pencils, also Prismacolor color pencils. See, you don't have to use the same materials like what I am showing you here. You can choose any brand, any skin tones or any toned paper would do. And yes, if you don't know me, I am Lavanya. I am a portrait drawing artist and an art educator. I have been into color pencil portrait drawing in past 6 years. So I know quite well about this thing. So let us get started. What's the procedure is going to be, and here I'll also give you some advantages of using toned paper. So when it compared to white paper, these toned papers are quite easier to use with color pencils. You can finish the drawing bit early because there is already a medium tone on the paper, so that reduces your work. Let's see the process. I'll meet you at the end of the video. Here I am drawing the outline using HB pencil. I have added the grid reference also, so if you want to refer this, you can use this grid reference. So if you want to make a free hand outline, that is also fine. Whatever is convenient, you can use that. So not many people are comfortable with the freehand, that's why I am using a grid method here. However, this is not such a difficult drawing. Here you can also do it freehand if you wish. You can see that there are 7 into 6 boxes in this. You can choose whatever the measurement you want according to the size that is required. And yes, mark all the shapes in the drawing initially rather than adding so many details. First you focus on getting the right proportions. Okay, I always suggest to make the outlines or all these grid lines very light because we'll have to erase it later, so that shouldn't leave any marks on the paper. So if you have drawn these outlines and grid lines very lighter, it would be great for rest of the drawing. Here, while drawing the eyelashes, you need to check the directions of the hair with the reference and also in the eyebrows as well. So now my drawing is done. So this is the time to color it. Here I am using light brown shade for coloring. So in the initial step, we don't go on and do coloring that is exactly the same as the reference photo. Here first we'll be adding brown shade to create all the shapes and shadows that are already there in the reference photo. So if you see that wherever there are darker areas, I am applying this brown shade. And since we are drawing it on toned paper, this makes very easy for us. We just have to use dark and lighter tones, and medium tones are already there on the paper, so that becomes a bit easier. You can see like for eye, white of the eye, I have used white color pencil. I like to work overall, so rather than finishing any one portion of the drawing, I slowly work on all the different areas so that I can bring the uniformity throughout the work. Just now I have applied dark brown color also in the eyes, and now I am marking all the highlights using white color pencil here. Okay, here I have forgot to draw the shadow of the flower while making the outline, so that's why I did it now. And you can see there is a white cloth in the reference. I am doing it using a white color pencil here. I am just marking all the light and darker shades in the reference photo in this step. So you just follow the process. Here I am using grey color pencil. You can see I am making the shadow of the flower here. And on the forehead also there are some highlights are available. I am using white color pencil here as well, establishing the shadows wherever it is required. Drawing the hair using brown shade pencils, and here I am using clay rose color from Prismacolor. You can choose any similar colors. If you don't have the same colors what I am mentioning here, you can choose the similar colors and finish the drawing. That is not a big issue. Colors doesn't have to match exactly like how I am using it. Rather than try to match the tone of the color. That means whether it is a darker shade or lighter shade, if you follow this, that gives more realistic look in your drawing. I am just repeating these layers and establishing the shadows. On the skin I have also used that peach puff color. Okay, you can see that in some places I have used peach color as well. And one more thing, if you are looking for in-depth real-time video of this, that is available. So there is a little price on that real-time video. I have made it as a short course. So if you want to learn in-depth by watching the real-time video, this took me almost 6 to 7 hours. So you can get to see all that 6 hours or 7 hours of video with a detailed explanation, so that it would be easy for you to learn. You can check the link in my description, YouTube video description. Here you can see I am adding some yellow colors in the hair. So that is because directly adding dark black color doesn't give realistic look. So that's why I am adding yellow shades that will serve as highlights in the hair. Okay, again I am adding brown shade. Again, this is not uniform all over the hair. If you can see, in some places I have made it dark and some places I have left it lighter. That creates that flow of the hair. And here in the flower, first I am using the white shade pencil for all the highlights. So for us, preserving these highlights are very important. If you apply some color on top of it, if you use white color, it doesn't look brighter. That's why it is always better first you finish off all the white areas first. And I have used yellow shade inside the flower. So these I am using Polychromos pencils, Faber-Castell Polychromos. You can check the product descriptions in the description of the video if you want to buy any of these materials. For detailing, Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils are really good. I always like to use these pencils for this kind of small details in my drawings, because I can sharpen these pencils to get very sharp and long tip. So that makes easy for me to make a sharper details like this. You can see I am using orange, red shades here. For darker tones I am using dark brown, brownish red. Here you can see that I am doing this little tiny details using brown color on top of the yellow. See, this makes the tiny details in the flower. I am just repeating these layers again. See, we can't finish the entire drawing just by one layer. We'll have to work in steps. So here again there is a shadow of the flower that's falling on the skin. I am making it using grey color pencil. You can use any light or medium grey tones here. And this is green color. Let me know if you are already finding it interesting, and share it with somebody who are interested in color pencil drawing. Okay, here I am using some reddish brown shade inside the eye. Also black color here. See, always the top portion in the eye that is going to look bit darker because of the shadow of the eyelid. And there are small differences in the color tones in the eye. You have to observe that. Don't make entirely same thing all over. I am using grey and brown tones repeatedly here to create this depth and shadow effect that brings more realism in the drawing. Okay, here this color is peach color. In Brushstroke also you can get this color. Name is Peach Puff in Brushstroke if you are using Brushstroke color pencils. Let me know if anybody who wants to learn color pencil portrait drawing in depth. I do have structured courses that can help you become a professional in color pencil portrait drawing from start to finish, and also you can get to part of my WhatsApp group where I can give you suggestions on your drawings and I can review your work if you are joining my course, and there will be weekly live sessions as well. So let me know if you want to join any of my color pencil portrait drawing courses. I'll also add the links below, so definitely go and check them if you are interested. And here you can see I am adding this brown shade again and again, and I am slowly developing these layers. You might think that why we can't do it darker in the first layer only. So if you apply it too dark in the first layer itself, that will leave patches and it doesn't look realistic. And also if you want to make any corrections, you can't do it if you do it very dark in the initial stages only. So it is always suggested to develop the layers slowly, like how I am doing it. See, I am also adding the highlights, that is white color again. And if you observe, in the eyebrows also I am doing the skin tones. I am not directly adding the hair, because in between the hair skin tone also would be visible, right? So it is always suggested you develop this slowly. First add skin tones and then work with the brown shades, like light brown to dark browns. Again the same brown shades I am using it inside this eyeball and the iris as well. See, till now this drawing is looking blurry only. That is because it is not yet finished. Okay, still many more layers has to be added. That's why it is looking blurry. And you can see slowly I am making this hair also bit darker by adding more layers of dark brown and lighter brown shades here. I have not yet added black color yet. Comment what is the best part and what did you learn from this video so far in the comment section. And I post regular updates on my Instagram, so if you don't know that I am also there on Instagram, I post every day on Instagram, so you can just check quick updates and small tutorials on my Instagram as well. My Instagram account name is same as this, Lavanya's Art. Yes, you can see the flower is looking very lighter in shade. So in this step I am doing the layers again. You can see now the colors are getting better now, right? They are looking more vibrant now when I am adding the color second time. I am using combination of light brown, orange, red and yellow shades here. You just check the reference photo, and according to the reference photo, whatever the colors that are matching to the reference photo, nearby colors you can choose. It doesn't have to be exactly same. I am slowly doing these details. See, when working with the color pencils, what is important is you need to be willing to spend that amount of time that is required. So it is a slow medium because you can't blend this color pencils, or the pencil tip is very tiny, so you can't finish entire drawing at a time, right? It takes time. So it is not like a painting, so it takes time. So I want you to have that patience when you are working with color pencils. You can see I am leaving the highlights with white color and adding some brown shades in between. Okay, I am working on this yellow part of the flower again and adding the brown shades to make it more realistic. Okay, here I am using this light shade of the pink. So skin is combination of multiple colors, so you just can't say finished by using any one shade. You will have to work in different layers, like how I am doing it right now. Okay, here I have forgot these spaces. I did not fill the spaces initially. This has to be darker. I am using this peach color again on the skin and highlighting these shadows. I am repeating the layers using brown shade. And by the way, if you draw this by seeing this tutorial, so whenever you post on social media, tag me. I'll reshare that in my social media account. I have around 54k followers on Instagram. So if I reshare your drawing, you might also get some profile visits and it can be good for your account as well. So whenever you draw this by watching this tutorial, mention and what you have learned and show me your work so that I can reshare that in my stories. I am working on multiple layers here. So I am again adding this grey tone. Here in this cloth also I am adding the grey color. It is not completely white. So to create the illusion of cloth foldings, I am adding grey tones in the cloth part as well. See, right now, like slowly it is developing into 3-dimensional drawing and slowly it started looking realistic. Wait for the full picture. Let me know what exactly you liked about this tutorial, and also if you have any content suggestion for me, please let me know here in the chat box. I definitely read all your comments and I will answer your comments. If you are having any questions related to color pencils, ask me. See, at the final I am adding these eyelashes. I am using very sharp tip to do these eyelashes. Initially I have done this eyelashes using brown color. Okay, Now only at the end I am using black shade, you can see that. And this is the final look of this eyelashes. And I am also adding eyebrow hair using this brown and black color. Did you like this? Let me know.